So how many of you have a favorite Christmas treat, like during that time of year? We all have one, I think. So mine is mint Oreo truffles. And it takes a long time, mostly because you have to be able to mix the Oreo with cream cheese, and if you don't mix it right, then you're just going to have crumbles, and it's not going to be good. So a lot of it, you have to refrigerate your Oreo cream cheese mixture for a little bit so it's chilled, and that'll increase the stickiness. And then with that, you'll have to go ahead and roll the Oreos together. But what I brought in for you guys is I'm going to show you. I just brought in a few Oreos. I'm going to show you the crushing process to show you how fine the particles of the Oreo have to be in order to mix it together with the cream cheese. Otherwise, if it's not crushed properly, you're going to have some random chunks that will be in the batter, and you will not want that. And I also brought in some medium, I guess it's not dark, but it's not milk chocolate, so a medium roasted chocolate. Whatever it is, I don't know. So I brought that in to show you what we drizzle on top of the truffles. But I also brought in a finished product of what these will look like when they are all done. There should be approximately enough for 2 per person. So what you're going to start out with when you start making the truffles is you're going to have a blade, and you're going to have a pulsating machine, I guess. It will go ahead when you lock it in, when you lock in the blade, and you put this over the top of it, it'll start up, and it'll just go ahead and crush whatever you have put in there, whether it's vegetables, whether it's even Oreo cookies. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how fine it actually is when that starts. And this can take actually a few minutes to go ahead and actually get it down to what you need it to be. But I've learned that if you put too much within the machine, it'll actually not crush all the Oreo, which will make it much more difficult on you. You'll have to take it apart and clean out the blade. So that's about as long as it takes to crush the Oreo. And that is what it will look like when you are done. If you get any pieces within here, it will not chop properly. You will not have the correct power within the Oreos, or within the blade, to go ahead and crush your material. That doesn't. But when you're done crushing this, you're going to throw it into a mixing bowl. Mostly, a lot of people like to use stainless steel. That way, it's easier on us to clean, really. And with the mixing of the cream cheese, it'll actually help to gather everything together. When you're done, you'll leave this alone, but you have to make sure that your cream cheese is at room temperature. It doesn't really matter the cream cheese that you use. Most of the time you want to use plain, but when you get the cream cheese down to room temperature, you will slice it into chunks. You will throw it in with your Oreo batter, and you will have a mixing machine to, well, you can hand do it, or you can go ahead and use a mixer, which we use a mixer, but we messed up the first time, so we kind of had to restart. That's just a big hassle. Nobody likes that. So when we messed up the measurements, we went ahead, we threw in when we did it with the family size package of Oreos, and it was a full family size package with another half family size package. We mixed that all together, or we crushed it all. We put it into a bowl. Then we threw in the cream cheese, and it was one package, but then we decided that wasn't enough, so we added another half of a package within that batter. We mixed it all together. It took us probably 45 minutes to go ahead and roll all the balls out, and by the calculation of Mom, we went ahead and made 77 truffles. That was a lot. She took a few to work, and what the process is after you roll it out, you will be melting Andes mint chocolates, which will be a pot of boiling water on the stove with a stainless steel bowl over the top of the boiling water, which will stop the chocolate from burning to the inside of the bowl, and it will just melt it perfectly. And normally it took us almost a full bag of Andes mint chocolates to be able to finish all of our truffles. When we did that, after we got done chilling the truffle balls, we went ahead, we dipped them inside the chocolate, put them back onto a cooling pan, then we cooled those off. When that was all said and done, we threw these chocolates into a bag like this. It didn't really have to be much. We threw it into the microwave for 45 seconds, I think is what we did. Just enough to melt it, but it wouldn't melt the bag. And then we cut a hole in the corner, big or small, doesn't matter. Then you can drizzle a design over the top of your chocolate dipped Oreo truffles. And then you have finished product like that. Thank you for listening to my speech.